So today's video is about writing text to a file after you have read these contents. So in this video, we're going to take a look at three subtopics of writing text into a file, right? So we're going to first look at how we can merge strings in Python, and then we look at a little bit of file system mechanics, and then finally we talk about how we can write text into the file. Let's take a look. So again, I am in my Windows PowerShell in the 7 days folder, which is the accompanying code files folder for you guys. We'll open IPython very quickly. Here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is how we can merge two strings together in Python. So imagine if you have a string, which we all know, let's say string, about that string. We can clear that string. We can concatenate two strings together by simply using the addition operator. Notice that when we're adding the strings together, although in our heads we see string and string in terms of English words, Python simply looks at this as an array of characters. So you might want to add a space in the middle. You can also do this in, let's say, hello world. And the reason why I am talking about adding strings together is because if you want to open a file and append some contents into a particular file, you would need to know how to take the contents of the last or existing file, add some new content to it, and write the whole string into a new file. Furthermore, there are some special characters, shall we say, in Python that you can use. So for example, you can use /n, and if we print this, you see that /n is actually a new line. So if we want to create a new line in between two words, we can concatenate them like this. The other thing to notice is /n, while being a special Python character, it only takes effect if you are using the print function to print its out into the terminal. Otherwise, IPython simply displays as an out8. It simply displays the special character in place. So that's how you merge strings together. So how do we go from here to writing things into a file? So let's talk briefly about writing and file system mechanics, right? Recall in the last video that we did something like this to open a file with open sample.txt rsf. We did something like this. So we said last time quite vaguely that with open gives us a safe way to open a file on Python. Now let's expand on that. When we use with open sample.txt rsf, what we're doing is we're asking the operating system to give Python the file with read-only permissions and represent this object as f. So now f directly maps to a file on the operating system, and whatever you do to f will translate to real-world consequences in the operating system. Now that we have that understanding, to write a file, it's very easy. What we need to do is with sample.txt, instead of asking for a read access, we want write access. And again, we ask the operating system to, forgot the open keyword. Again, we ask the operating system to give this file as an object into Python under the variable name f. And then all we can do is, let's say f.write hello world. And if we execute this, we can try to read the file back to see whether we have done that correctly. With open, we can see that we've successfully written some text into the hello world file. And that's all there is to it. We've just learned about how we can merge strings together in Python by using the addition operator. We've learned about the special line break character /n. We learned about how the file system interacts with Python when we use open in Python, and it essentially creates f as an object to represent the underlying operating system file. We also talked about how we can write text into the file. So hopefully all of this is going to give you the necessary tools to complete today's exercise. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how we can handle exceptions. That's when something goes wrong when we're reading or writing files, especially when we're interacting with external resources like the file system in our operating system. Handling exceptions is key to create robust Python applications. I'll see you guys next time.